Better late than never, right? Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Yes, my whatnot sale ran over a little bit, but here I am. Hello, I see everybody over in the chat waiting. Thank you so much. You guys want to hear an update on all this house stuff? I'm taking it, right? I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your patience. This is my life lately. It's just like I am just running from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. And I am so tired at the end of the night. I plop on the couch and I go, which the dogs really like, because then they can go. Updates. Yes. So first, let me just say welcome, everyone. I am Danny Ackerman, the Niche Lady, and I have been a reseller for decades. Oh my goodness. So I've been an online reseller since 1998 when eBay went public. Like eBay already existed, but they became very well known and in the media and all of that in 1998. So I have been reselling online since that, but I have been reselling even far before that. Reselling was a way of life. And when I got separated in 2016, I thought, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this reselling thing anymore. I'm going to go figure out something else to do with my life. No, God pretty much said, this is it. This is what you do. So here I am back, and I'm actually living my best life in the reselling world now. I didn't realize, how held back I was and what my potential was and everything in that 22 years of living under somebody else's decisions, let's just say. But here I am. And I love to talk to you guys every single week and every single day in my videos, sharing what I know and helping you guys. If you want to build a business, I'm all about it. I'm here for you. Or if you just want to be a friend and hang out and watch fun videos and shop with me, I'm all about that too. So here we are. Yes, I decided I wanted to wear some color today. I'm all about the color. Whew. So I'm looking over at my chat here, just doing a little check-in, see what's going on with everybody. I am streaming on both Facebook and YouTube, and I appreciate everybody who watches in both places because I need y'all. I need Facebook functioning well, and I need YouTube functioning well because, you never know. You never know. If YouTube were to disappear tomorrow, well, I've got Facebook and vice versa. So if you ever don't see me in one place or another, go look at the other place because I'll be there. It'd take a lot for them to get rid of me. Many have tried. Yes. So a little update is that number one, nope, I did not choose the chandelier house. So what happened was we went and saw 10 houses. I think I put most of those on the house hunting video, and had decided that I was going to go with chandelier house. And we actually had the paperwork all drawn up. Everything was ready to go. And my realtor says, you know what? I got a couple other listings I want you to go look at before you make this decision. And so it was the day before I was leaving on a trip. We went and we saw 2 more houses, and one of them was just absolutely amazing. Now, it's not the size of house I had hoped for. It is not the size of property I had hoped for. It's going to be a downsize for me, but I can tell you, it was the first house of all the ones that I went and looked at where I walked in and it felt like home. I can't even explain it. It was, I am a God believer, and I'm open. I'm always open. I found that works best. Be open to the possibilities, in case he wants you to switch a direction. And this was that. This was just a feeling of peace and comfort when I walked in this house. And it turned out that the couple who lived in the home had gotten the message wrong, and they were there. They were supposed to be gone, but they were there. And they are the most adorable couple, and just got to talk to them. They are the original owners of the house. They have lived there for 19 years, and they have taken impeccable care of this house. And it was really cute because she kept apologizing. I thought it was tomorrow. I thought it was tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I didn't know. The house is a mess. And I was just looking around going, if this is what you call a mess, oh my. Because the house was beautiful. All the beds were made. There was no dishes in the sink. It was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. And there was just such a sense that there was so much love in this house. And so it was Rachel and I went and looked at it. Noah wasn't with us. It was Rachel and I. And she looked at me and I looked at her, and like we both knew. We just knew this was the house. And we already started, oh, this would go here and this would go here and this would be your room and all of that. So it has 2 master bedrooms, which originally Rachel was asking for the second master bedroom. But we have negotiated a deal because really no one needs that master bedroom. It just makes more sense to put Noah in that room. And then we're giving Rachel, she doesn't get both rooms completely on the other side, but she gets one. And then the other one is going to be where the birds that aren't in her room are going to live. So we're going to call it like the bird/guest room. And so that gives her more space to spread out. She'll get to use both closets. And she was okay with that. She was good with that once she realized that she was going to get that space and have a dedicated, bathroom right there as well. So it all worked out. Rachel's happy, and I got to take Noah back because we had the home inspection. And so Noah finally got to see the house, and I was kind of holding my breath. It was like, okay, it's got the Noah approval. And to be honest, I'm pretty happy about having Noah back in the main house again. He's been living in a casita that is detached from our main house, and it's always felt a little weird not having him in there. So now he's going to be back in the house. And it's one of those houses that has like the built-in intercom system still, like they put in all the houses back in the day. And so we have an intercom system now, and we're pretty happy. Now, when do we get to see it? Well, the owners are still living there, so it's not like I can go over and like do a tour or anything. But you can believe that the minute I get access to the house, I will be doing a video tour for sure. I actually had somebody left me a comment. I still don't know how I feel about it. It's still sitting on the video where they're pretty much demanding me to either give an address or show them the realtor, taking pictures because they deserve it for supporting the channel. And while I truly appreciate everybody who watches and supports the channel, I'm under no obligation to reduce the safety of my well-being in a transaction that I'm in by sharing information that could lead people to know exactly where I'm going to be moving. And honestly, there are people out there who wish me harm still. So I have to be very, very, very protective, and I will be. So when I do the tour, I mean, I'm not going to show the anything that would be able to show you where this house is. Yeah, I know. I was a little taken aback. I was like, no. Sorry, no. Yeah, it was just like the way they asked it was really forward. I was like, no, don't owe that to anybody. So yeah, so that is why, I share as much as I can. I'm as transparent as I can be, without jeopardizing the safety of my family. Yeah, and we will get cameras up. We will get a security system in place. We will have all of that stuff. Yeah. Right now, because it's in an HOA, I am talking with them on what can I do to put on the fence line to prevent like coyotes from being the people have told me they have never seen coyotes. They've never had a problem. They have a little dog, they've been there for many, many years, but you can never be too safe. I think I'm probably going to get one of like the cameras that if somebody makes the motion sensor go off, it'll send like a little siren and some lights and that kind of a thing. Very upset with your Ring. Yeah, I've like the Ring cameras. I have some here at the store, and some days they work and some days they don't. So I'm with you on the Ring. They've gone down in their quality. Yes. I'm probably going to talk to What the Hales and find out what they use, because he's very, very much about the security of his properties and homes. So Jeremy will let me know what they use to protect their properties. No scorpions. So we did the inspection, and our inspector was really, really thorough, which is fantastic. I don't know if you guys remember, those have been watching for a while. When I lived at the one rental, I actually did an inspection because I thought we were going to get into a lawsuit on that property, because they were trying to nail me with everything that was wrong with the property, even though it was that way when I moved in. So I had an inspector come out, and he did not do as good of a job as this guy did. I think he's like, yeah, renter, like, yeah, they don't need all this. But this guy was super thorough. He said he took like 200 pictures of everything. And so there are some electrical issues that have to be dealt with. There's some plumbing issues that have to be dealt with. Nothing like gigantic, but just things that do have to be done before we move in. So I'm really, really hoping that that stuff does not delay the move in, the escrow closing date, so to speak. Be careful, some HOA, you cannot do business in your home. My friend got challenged by there. Yeah, I would challenge that all day long. I think since COVID, there's no way they could enforce that. Somebody was actually telling me that many HOAs, you read their bylaws, or you read, like, they can try to demand all these things, but there's nothing legally written in that makes it so they can enforce them. Like, there's nothing they can do. They can try to fine you, they can try to do things, but there's, if push came to shove, they couldn't enforce it. That's not all HOAs, but that's some, because a lot of times these are not written up by an attorney or anything. Yeah. Question, enough room for the tortoises? Yes. So it is about a quarter of an acre. So not the half acre plus that I was hoping for, but it is a quarter of acre. It's a beautiful, beautiful backyard, like really, really nice, peaceful, calm, mature backyard. We've got fig trees. There is like one big oleander tree out, because for those that don't know, oleanders are poisonous to almost everything. So the oleander tree has to come out. And I've already kind of like planned where the tortoise pens are going to go, and they're going to be much more permanent than what I have now. So because I wasn't sure how long I was going to be in the current home, I didn't build like a proper burrow and all that. We just put dog houses. So now they can literally have these underground burrows. So all you're going to see is the opening. Everything else will be covered up with dirt and vegetation and part of the garden. And then they'll just have like a little fence around it. So it'll all be a very, very attractive part of the backyard. And the tortoises will have much more insulated homes going into this year's brumation. ADT does not service their equipment. I'm not a fan of ADT. ADT tried to pull a fast one on me. when I it was several houses ago, but when I moved from one house and then to a new house, like they wanted to charge me thousands of dollars to move my service, and then the monthly service they were going to up, and I'm like, no, no. See, that's the only power we have over these companies is if people say no. Enough people say no, they have to look at the way that they do things. But too many people say yes too often. And so they just think that, they can get away with all this stuff. You got challenged by your lake association. They made your life miserable for a while. It is better now. Well, the one thing I can say, and the one thing that I have learned about things from Jeremy Hales, well, it might make good video. If I get into any problems with the HOA, you guys are going to know about it. Yeah, they won't say anything about tortoises. Tortoises make no noise. They don't make any mess, so to speak. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one of the things when going into this neighborhood and kind of scoping it out is seeing how strict an HOA is. So if you're looking, you can pretty much tell, are all of the yards weed free? Might be a sign they're a little tougher. Are there cars parked on the street or not? The different things they import. Like if you know the things that HOAs go after, you can kind of look and drive around the neighborhood and see how strict they are. Now, we looked at a house in the same neighborhood that was, there was weeds. It was all dirt backyard. The neighbor close by, I'm not going to say how close because I don't want anybody doing like Google image searches, but they've got a really barren backyard. So they're not really worrying about what's going on in the backyards and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. No, I won't go into a super, super strict HOA. So that was checked out. We got the HOA bylaws and all that. And there's nothing super, it's the no parking in the street, and it's the, you can't change anything that's visible, like in the front. You can't do anything like a major, like you can't put in a pool, without asking permission and all of that. I can't change the fence line. I can't do anything that would be visible that way. But other than that, they're not gonna bug. Yeah, I lived in Rhodes Ranch here in Vegas, and anybody who knows Rhodes Ranch knows it is like one of the strictest HOAs. Like when we moved in, the kids were little and they had Power Wheels. We didn't have a backyard for it. Like we tried to let them drive the Power Wheels out in the driveway. We got told no. We got told they could not drive their Power Wheels in the driveway. We left the trash cans out an hour after the trash had come by. We were already getting calls to put our trash cans away. Like they were like ridiculous. I'm like, nope. Let's get out of here. Yep. Already met one of the neighbors the day of the inspection. The couple was home and they were sitting out in the garage on inspection day, and their neighbor was over. So they introduced me to the neighbor, their former law enforcement, which I absolutely love, makes me feel super safe. They said it's a very quiet neighborhood. All the things you want to know, about a neighborhood. Got to find out that there's really good neighbors. Your HOA limits to 2 pets. I don't even know how HOAs get that power. Like who allows them that power? Who buys into, and I'm not saying you, but somewhere collectively, they were allowed to have that power instead of the people who live in the community standing up and going, no. And you could do it, power of the people. Like if enough people want to say no, then they're not going to be able to control you. So I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel that way. I will always stand up for what's right. As long as you're not causing destruction, as long as you're not changing the look of the neighborhood, that's what an HOA is supposed to do. An HOA is supposed to keep the neighborhood looking nice. It is supposed to make sure that the property values stay good. I mean, think back to the day without HOAs where you could have this big, beautiful home, and along comes your neighbor, moves in, and they paint it chartreuse and they fill the yard with, concrete gnomes. I'm just saying. And then when you go to sell your house, all of a sudden you don't have the curb appeal because you've got this neighbor with this monstrosity of a house. So that's what the HOA was implemented to do, is to protect homeowners from losing property value due to a neighbor doing something wonky. The problem is that they are getting a little big for their britches and seeing, ooh, we have control. And it's just people. It's just people running those things. So you get people with power, and there you go. Awesome, Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea's coming out to visit and to help me pack and sort and all that stuff. Yes, no pool. No, as a homeowner, I did not want to deal with a pool. Maybe the next go round. This is not my forever home, by the way. I know that already. I know that going in. I kind of changed my plan a little bit. My first plan was to find that home that could be my forever home. That's why I was going for more property and a bigger home and all this stuff. And then I really started thinking more logically of, you know what, 5-6 years, I'll know where the kids are at this point, what's going on with them. I have plenty of space here to get me through those next 5 to 6 years. Also, it's an investment. At that point, I could either sell it or maybe I rent it. Maybe it's a rental property, another form of income. Who knows? It leaves the possibilities open, because my true forever home is going to be on acreage, and I'm going to have the ability to do more rescue work. That's the ultimate for me. That's the retirement plan, if you will. Yeah. So we'll see. HOA stands for Homeowners Association. Homeowners Association. Am I getting a pod again? I looked into it, and the pod is the monthly cost of the pod is not bad. It's $250 for the pod, but they charge $180 to set it up, $70 to move it, and $180 to pick it up. Yeah, no. Too much. Not doing it. I will figure out how to do it without a pod. You had a friend who was approached by an HOA because her kids did chalk drawings on her driveway and had the audacity to have a lemonade stand. That's too much power. It makes me mad. It does. It makes me mad that they do that, because an HOA can be a really good thing. It could be a good, powerful, positive thing. And they have turned it into something ugly. Yeah, but if these are people who are voted in. I mean, you have the power to run for the board, to get on the Homeowners Association board, to show up at the meetings, to make your voice be known. Anybody wants to know how that's done, watch What the Hales. Jeremy Hales is in the midst of doing this right now in an entire town, and getting changes made. So it is possible. It's a little mini government. Vote people out, vote people in. I'm looking at your comments. I'm a little behind. I mean, if I have to run for the board at some point, I will. Because I got time for that. Yeah, I don't foresee any problems. I really, really don't. Hopefully not. And again, it's a 5-6 year plan for me. So we can tolerate it. We can tolerate it for that amount of time. That is one of the things, the Christmas lights. So I do put on quite a Christmas display. And I know it's written in there that you have to take it down after the season. Well, they don't say what date. They just say after the season. As long as I'm allowed to keep it up until, New Year's weekend, I'm good. I'm good. And I don't see, like, that's pretty traditional. But yeah, I do like my outdoor decorating. Yes, pools are expensive to keep up. Yep. And a lot can go wrong with them, and you got to fix them. We do have a home warranty, so anything major goes wrong, it's covered with a deductible, a small deductible. Change and adapt. Yes, you have to change and adapt. I see so many people who really get so set in their ways, and it makes them really unhappy then when change is forced upon them. Instead of going into things and looking at the possibilities, looking at okay, well, what if I did it this way instead of how I had it all planned out, and just being open to the directions, because sometimes God can say, that plan you had over here, that's not my plan. Here's the plan I have for you. Please take this path. Because if you take this path, it's probably not going to go the way you're thinking it's going to go. Yeah. So I have read the bylaws. I have read the whole HOA rules and conditions, and we're good. There's nothing super ugly in it. What the Hales is another YouTube channel. They are friends of mine. They live in a place called Otter Creek, Florida, and it's quite the debacle. He's in a lawsuit now with the former mayor and city clerk, and it's very, very interesting. Maybe Melissa has already posted the link to What the Hales. She is welcome to post the link to What the Hales. Pool table. Oh, thank you, Eve, for reminding me. So the house would be big enough to put the pool table. The problem is all of the walls where I can put the fish tanks would also be kind of where I'd have to put the pool table. And pool tables and aquariums, those are not a good mix. How many of you have played pool and the ball goes flying? And yeah, that would be super ugly. So what we have decided to do is it's a 3-car garage, and we are going to use this single car portion of the garage as our kind of our gaming room. So we'll put the pool table there. We'll put my little bar, my wood bar. It's not so little. Wood bar there. Well, I have a refrigerator out there, for sodas and beer and whatever. And we can put a little air conditioning, and all will be right with the world. So it's kind of like expanding the area of the house, and that will be out there. And then the aquariums now will be in the house, and guinea pigs are going to be in the dining room. That's where they usually end up. I wish they could all live in one big happy cage together, but we have one that's kind of a booger. She does not play well with others. We tried to integrate them. It did not go well. So she has to live by herself. She's an old lady now, though. She does not have too much longer, I am afraid. Maybe another year or two, though. Yeah, so it's interesting. I'm getting a lot of comments. People, so YouTube is sending people to my house tour of the house I'm living in now. The house where I thought it was going to be my forever home, the house I thought I was buying, the house I was promised that, everything was going that way. But it has not turned out that way. It's a scorpion infested house where nothing works. It all looks good. All this stuff looked like it would be great, but none of it has worked. The surround sound that's, built into the ceiling doesn't work. The pool is on an app that I've never been given control of. So that's how you control the jacuzzi and the pool heater and the solar heating. and all of this stuff, which I've never been able to use. So we've been able to swim in the pool, but we've never been able to enjoy the luxuries of the pool, like heating it up and using the jacuzzi. We've never been able to, what's the other thing? Well, I don't want to go into my security system, but let's just say it's not as good as it should be. The gates, this is mind blowing. There is one remote control for our security gates. And if I leave, whoever is there cannot get out of the gates. I mean, no one knows how to climb the fence and open it from the key code, the keypad on the other side. But literally, you're locked inside if somebody has that remote and isn't home. And then the gate arms, they break all the time. They come off the like the house is not as it seemed to be. We don't want to put the fish tanks in the bird room because then we wouldn't be able to see them all the time. So the bird room is going to house our parakeets, they're a flock. They don't need us except for, to feed and water and, come in and give them treats. They are a flock of birds. They're all rescues, and they live quite harmoniously in this big, huge, giant cage. And that will be in what we call the bird room. Rachel will have the lovebirds and the cockatiels in her room. I will have Bougie. Bougie's going to have 2 cages. Bougie's going to have an office cage and a bedroom cage, so he can be in whatever room I'm in while I'm home. But yeah, so, and the aquariums, I love to, I like to sit on my couch and be able to just watch my aquariums, or sit in my office and watch the aquariums. So they'll be out in the open for all to enjoy. PB says, what happens if they have guests over and they park in the street? I have to look into how you get like a temporary, like a permission or something, but we have a big driveway too. So let's see. Scorpion Acres. Yeah, that's been the biggest thing. I don't know how many of you follow me on Facebook, but I just posted Noah actually stepped on a scorpion the other day. Now, by the grace of God, he did not get stung. I still don't understand it. I think he reacted so quickly when he felt something touching his foot. He like pulled his foot back so fast, it didn't sting him. But yeah, that was too close for comfort. Too close for comfort. But we spray and we spray and we spray. The problem is the scorpion problem is so deep in that house. They are literally up in the attic. They are obviously outside still. I don't know that house is ever going to be free of scorpions. The axolotl will be in Rachel's room as he is now. Cheeto, the axolotl. I think I caught up. Please be careful with Banana. I know. Fortunately, I am very blessed to have an aquarium. I call him my fish guy. The guy that comes and services my aquariums. He cares as much about, we call it livestock, and it's the lingo used. He cares as much about my livestock as I do. Like I've got access to him all the time. Questions or something's going on. Or like if I had an emergency, he would be there. And he really, really cares about the fish and the animals in my tanks. So he will do his utmost to get everything moved safely. The aquarium moves are going to happen in 2 phases. I have 4 tanks set up. So we're going to move a big one and a little one and a big one and a little one on the same day. And it will be quite an undertaking, and it will all be videoed, of course. A lot of that footage is going to be over on the Niche Lady Critter Camps channel. If you haven't seen that yet, I do have a channel all set up. That is my animal videos. I'm a little behind getting a new video up, I must confess. But we did film some more aquarium cam the other day that is being edited, and that will be up soon. Same distance from the store. Yes. Same distance from the store. Yep. So here's what I'm doing to prevent bringing scorpions with us. This is why I need Chelsea. Everything I have that is currently in boxes, because I didn't unpack a lot of stuff. Because once I realized this was not the home of my dreams, I just kind of like stopped. And it was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. So I am going to go through every single box and unpack. And number one, I'm going to decide, I'm having an estate sale. So a lot of stuff is going to get sold right there at the house that I'm in now. So I have to decide estate sale, keep, or donate to the store. Actually, donate to the store is going to come after the estate sale. I'll load the estate sale up with as much stuff as possible. But then after the estate sale, that stuff will either go like whatnot or store. I'm not going to bring a lot of that stuff with. And then everything else, like all the stuff that I'm keeping, is getting repacked into tubs, because then I can start packing. They cannot get into tubs. They can't climb plastic. So I will be tubbing up things. Look for eggs. Yeah, no, we're going to be super careful. Super careful. I do not think the HOA is going to give us a hard time about two little dogs and the birds. No, because they're in the house. They don't come in the house and mandate what you do in your house. If it became a problem for neighbors, if there was a tremendous amount of noise or something like that, that's when an HOA will get involved. Yeah. I'm having the estate sale tentatively. We don't have a closing date for escrow yet. That's the thing. But tentatively, we are looking at the estate sale happening. I'm crossing fingers we can do it the 22nd and 23rd of July. That is my plan. We'll see if it holds true, because then that gives me a week. I can hold the sale, pack up everything, after the sale that doesn't sell, get that all moved and figure things out, and then still have time to go through, patch anything that needs to be patched. That's really all we have to do. There's going to be, like some holes to patch from hanging pictures and putting the tortoise pens back together. Tortoise pens has me a little concerned. It's hot. It's really hard right now to be digging in a yard and putting a tortoise pen together. I've got misters that I put up for the tortoises. So I'm a little, they have they're located in such a great spot right now where we don't even have to turn on the misters because they have the shade of the trees, but they have patches of sun if they need to come out. I'm going to miss that for them. So we have to literally get the tortoise pens built, dug in one day. And that's going to be one of the hardest things to do because there is no delaying. The tortoises have to get moved and be able to get out of the heat immediately. So that's the one strategic thing I have to plan out way ahead. I'm in the house I'm in. I'm through July. Like I don't have to be out until July 31st. And if we have to carry over into the next month, they're going to have to deal with it. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm sure they will. I want to be out. Believe me, I want to be out. You're going to Vegas the weekend of Saturday, July 22nd and Sunday, July 23rd. Yay! Well, that should be estate sale weekend. Indeed. That's the plan. Yes. Plus, I will have Chelsea. Idaho Gem is Chelsea, and she's coming to save my life. There'll be lots of video. There'll be lots and lots of video. I'm gonna video the cleaning out of the garage, the sorting, the packing, the setting up for the estate sale. I'm gonna video it all for those of you who can't be here with me in person. It's gonna be fun times. When do I sleep? There's a few hours in there. Okay, Bougie. That bird is so naughty. He's so naughty. So he's got um, food and water cups that have the little wires that hook onto the cage. And, you know, he has figured out how to take them off. And he takes them off, throws them to the bottom of the cage, and then he starts playing soccer. And he rattles these things around the bottom of the cage, starting at about, I don't know, like 5 o'clock in the morning. He has done that the last 2 mornings in a row. And you know, that state where like you don't want to open your eyes. You're like, no, just 15 more minutes. I don't want to. But there's something here that's like, it's like bougie. Like, and then I get up and then he stops. He stops. He knows what he's doing. He absolutely knows that he is disturbing me. So I swear, he's too smart for his own good. He drives me crazy sometimes. Yeah. But other than that, I do. I get to sleep at night. Lorraine, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look. They have shorted me on several that I have to kind of get on their case about. They did it to me last, but they did catch up last time too, because I keep track of everybody. Have I ever been stung by a scorpion? I have not. My ex-husband was. In fact, it was when Noah was a baby. We lived in a house that was scorpion infested also. I've been through this before. And when Noah was a baby, he would take Noah in the shower with him and hold him. Noah, I think, was about 2. He was 2. Yes, he was, because Rachel was a newborn. So all of a sudden I hear there's a blood curdling scream. I'm like, oh my God, and I know he's got the baby, and I run in there. He's like, take Noah. And I take him and he's on the floor and he's just like, I've never seen a grown man thinking he was going to die like that, because he had no idea how toxic it was. He literally thought he was going to die. So he's on the phone, with poison control. And he said, it's like his whole foot was going numb and burning. And well, turns out they pretty much won't kill you unless you have like an allergy or something, but it's very painful. And it's not something you want to experience. But thank God he did not set Noah down. It came out of the drain in the shower. So I still have an aversion to the showers in this house. I remember that kind of a PTSD thing when I wasn't even in the shower. But I remember like, oh my gosh, what if he had set Noah down? Like, how awful would that have been? Ugh. Don't like. Yes, we passed inspection, but there are some things that have to be taken care of. Nothing super, super major, but there's like 3 breakers that have to be replaced. And there's a leak under the kitchen sink that has to be fixed. There's some window seals that are failing that have to be fixed. Just stuff like that. Nothing that is going to break the deal, thank God. You always like hold your breath and you wait and you go like, and then it's like, okay, good. So yes, we are definitely gonna get through this escrow. Your cat tells you to get up and give him a treat at 5:30 a.m. No, kitty cat. It's the one thing I do love about Ozzy. Ozzy crawls under the covers. Ozzy does not get out of bed until I get out of bed, which is really cool. On the nights he sleeps, he usually sleeps with Noah. That's only on the nights he sleeps with me when Noah's not home. But yeah, he does that with Noah too. He does not like getting out of bed. Yeah. Easy fixes, a little expensive. So right now it's negotiating who's going to pay for it. That's kind of where we're at right now. But we're going to get her done. Yes. See, we don't cover our birds. I think if we covered our birds, they'd probably sleep in a little longer. But I am really, really about being as natural as possible, especially with lighting. Lighting plays a big role in animals' lives and their demeanor and with us too. And we are a vitamin deficient society a lot because we are either indoors all the time, or we put sunscreen on that blocks the essential rays that we actually need to absorb through our skin. Um, so I'm very, very much about the power of the sun and the UVB and the UVA rays, and not to the point that you get skin cancer, but you do need some of that. You do, and I don't absorb like taking vitamins very well. So I need to get my vitamin D from Mr. Sunshine. And I feel like the animals do too, that the animals thrive when they have that natural schedule of daylight and nighttime. Even on one of my aquariums, and I'm going to do it for the other ones because I love it so much, we have a lighting system that came with it that has a schedule. So there is a sunrise and a sunset, and then there's moonlight for 6 hours, which is incredible. So they literally get the full scope of lighting that would happen out in the ocean. I'm going to do it for all the tanks as soon as I can afford it. But it's really, really fun. Thank you, guys. I am so happy to bring you guys along on this journey as well. Super excited about it. Inside, cosmetically, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like I said, this adorable couple has taken immaculate care of this property. And they are leaving several things. I told them to, like, they're moving to Texas. And so I said, anything that makes your life easier that you don't want to take with you, I have a store. Like, I have a thrift store. I can give you the tax receipt and you can donate it to one of our nonprofits. And so there's several things they already said, like they're leaving. But as part of the deal too, they have these two beautiful statues in the garden that we did get included in the deal. So it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. And the gentleman that owns the house was talking to Noah, and he's leaving him his barbecue, his really nice barbecue. So yeah, I just feel really, really good. Feel really, really good about this move. And it's been a long time since I've been able to say that. And I've already been just over the moon in the fact that I can literally hang things and decorate and know that things are staying for a long time. I've just never gotten the sense, like almost immediately every time the last 4 moves, I get moved in and then the rug gets pulled out from under me. And it's like, wow, okay. Because I know there's good landlords out there, but my experience with landlords is you are a commodity. You are a paycheck to them. You are a dollar sign. And I know there's some good landlords out there, but this is the experience. And, they will tell you whatever you need to hear to sign that paperwork and start sending them those monthly checks. And then when it comes down to it, it's like, oh, well, no, we can't do that now. But you're too far in the house I'm in. She had promised me that in 6 months we could convert to a lease to own. Well, that didn't happen. They decided they don't want to do that. Even though that was our verbal contract that we had. Also, it's really interesting because it's written in there that they were to renew the lease for a second term. That is written in there, that it was a 1-year lease with a 1-year renewal. And she gave me notice and said, we're not renewing the lease. So they're like already breaking the contract. I mean, they've broken the contract from the get-go. But it's what happens. They think they want to sell the place. They don't want to sell the place to me, which is fine. I don't want it. But I'm gonna put it right here on video. That place is gonna stay empty for a while. It's gonna stay empty for a while because I know the price that they think it's worth. And I'm going to notarize and get a signature of all those things that are wrong with the house. So they will have to disclose, because I'm not going to let them fool somebody else into purchasing this property with all the problems that it has. So I'm going to let them know all the problems that it has. And as a seller, you have to disclose things that you know. So So there you go. It has been a year. It has been a year. Is there room for Jordan to come visit? Yes, we will have a guest room. That is where the parakeets will be living. So whoever comes and visits me will have to stay in the room with the parakeets. Yeah. So as I started talking about moving again, somehow in the algorithm with the comments and things that were happening and me having a video of house hunting, YouTube has started showing people my older video. So a lot of people are now getting suggested to watch that video thinking it's where I'm moving now, but it's not. That was the house that I'm currently in. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Thank you guys. For all of you are happy for me. Like that really, I know those words I don't take lightly. I truly, to have so many people, kind of in my court, I feel like we're like kind of, I'm on the field playing and you guys are like just rooting for me, to win. And that's just like a really good feeling. I appreciate you. Yes, we've had a pest inspection. So it is pest free. No termites, no mousies, no cockroaches, no scorpions, no problems. That we have passed with flying colors. Do I ship items to Canada? I sell most of my stuff now through Whatnot, but yes, I do ship to Canada. Indeed. Oh boy, I just love it when the trolls come in here. She always wants to sue. No, I don't. In fact, I've said quite the opposite. I've said suing is expensive, it's time consuming, it's a big drain, and 9 times out of 10, you can win a judgment and never get paid. So why would I love to sue? No, no, I would not. And I did nothing to anyone, but much was done to me. Let's put it that way. But for those on Facebook, I had a troll comment, kind of calling me out for something I did to my friends. Nope, not it. That's, I love you guys as my cheerleaders. Yeah, I look forward to doing the house tour. I really do look forward to doing the house tour for you guys and bringing you on this journey with me. Yeah, and that's why I said that's why I have to be very, very careful. Anytime I'm in like a contract and I'm negotiating on anything, I cannot share details that would lead anybody to be able to figure out who that is I'm working with, because I still have people who are making it kind of like their life's mission to hurt me, and so we do have to be careful. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. I pray for them every day. How miserable life must be if that is all you have to spend your time on. But I like to focus on the people who are here around me, the people who have stayed to be part of this really great adventure, and move forward. Oh my gosh, Hudson Vintage is over here in the chat. Hudson Vintage, if you're not watching her videos, oh my gosh, why not? That estate sale you went to. Oh man. Wow. Just wow. Is all I got to say. And if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, go watch Hudson Vintage, her last video of this amazing estate sale. I appreciate all of the prayers so much. I know there is power in prayer. I know they get listened to. Yes, yes, yes. I do. I do sleep. I do. I get to play sometimes too. It's such a joy having Noah helping me edit again too. Noah is an absolute amazing human being that I am blessed to call my son. and he is helping me stay caught up on everything. Like right now, I already have like Tuesday and Wednesday's videos are like they're good to go. I just got to go film some more now for the rest of the week. Lorraine, I like that idea. I actually like that idea a lot. It'd be a lot of work, but woof. Aw, thank you. Thank you everybody who watches my videos. I mean, I couldn't have a YouTube channel without you guys. Wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. All right, guys, I am going to call it a night. Now, what I can tell you is Picker Road right now is on Whatnot. If everybody would go over and surprise them by showing up and seeing what good things they have left in their sale, head on over to Whatnot and Picker Road. They are on right now selling some amazing things. And I will not be live next week because I will be traveling to Phoenix. I'm going to the List Perfectly List Party event. If anybody, let's see, I'm going to be running a giveaway for some virtual tickets. I am going to do that. I have been lax in doing that. Watch in my community tab. I'm going to make an announcement for that. And yes, if you want tickets, virtual tickets to the List Perfectly, what is it called? Camp Listing Party. Yes, it's their first ever event. I'm super excited to be a speaker there. So going down there next week and getting to do a little shopping in Phoenix. Camp Listing Party. Thank you, Melissa. And with that, everybody, go be profitable and make it fun. We'll see you on the next one.